see him waving. You see Kevin waving. He's got a problem. Yeah, that's going to be a tough decision there. I think as long as he has somebody to pit with and makes that pit stop, if he has to make it a few laps early, it's not.
Yeah, it's just, you can see they got off center just a little bit. Very lucky he didn't take both of those cars out right there, Joe Gibbs Racing.
Remember those basketballs that Dave Burns was talking about?
Wow, this could be huge.
Come on. Caution's out, still outside.
On board with Kenny Wallace.
Inside, outside, middle of 3, inside, outside.
That would have taken out 20 cars if he came up across the track.
So Brian does a good job of keeping it down.
On the front straight, the 12 is around, Marty.
Sam Hornish, just as we told you, is having one of his best runs in a long time, has gone around, and it looks like it may be a similar situation to what we saw earlier, just not hooking those bumpers up.
Yeah, this tri-oval is probably one of the most difficult parts of the track when you're linked up like that.
4 tires and 110 here. 4 tires.
Looks like that right front is going down as well.
And especially as you come out of the tri-oval, the racetrack flattens back out just before you get to the start-finish line. The cars, of course, they're gaining pretty quickly. That's what I think Sam Hornish just may have come out of the throttle just a little bit. Ricky Stenhouse wasn't ready for it.
We saw it happen with Brian Scott. It happened to Jason Leffler in practice 2 days ago.
And this happened right here in front of our booth. We're on top of the grandstands right here. I felt the grandstand shake when this happened, when all the fans jumped up in the air.
Let's go on board with Trevor Bayne.
See how fast they're coming here.
Sam actually does a really good job not to hit the wall. You can see right here, he's getting a good push from Joey Logano getting into the corner. And then they get just a little bit separated and just enough contact there.
Yeah, but another responsibility of that driver in front is to hold that.
And why Ricky Stenhouse Jr. tags the wall with the right front, but this was a crash not of his making. This was earlier in the lap.
The Allgaier gets loose in the tri-oval.
They recovered from that, though. That wasn't the problem.
And they made the swap.
See, right here, the 31 car is leading Ricky Stenhouse over there. He thinks that they have those cars cleared. Stenhouse does, too, obviously. Trevor Bayne is still there, and it turns him into
There is trouble off of turn number 2. That is the 81 car. Don't hit it. Ooh, just a gentle tap. Donnie Neuenberger bringing out the caution for the 6th time in this race. As we come back to the Aaron's 312 at Talladega Superspeedway, be sure to go to NASCAR.com for all your latest NASCAR information. You can see Neuenberger's car pretty well unscathed.
Donnie did a good job. He really had both feet.
He won with Mike Bliss behind him, the 19.
He and Mike are coming off the corner, and it just inadvertently got him in the wrong spot, and Donnie goes for a ride. Does a great job of keeping it off the fence.
See the roof flaps, the safety flaps, one of them anyway, coming up, and he just barely gets that stop.
Yeah, I mean, like DJ said earlier, it's about 15 inches of surface to connect to. And boy, if you just don't hit it correctly or right, we're getting late in the day, guys, before I get a little bit tired in that race car. It is just so difficult. So I think there's more of this to come.
Find the 2 car again. Almost found the 99.
Well, there's some sense of urgency to get with your teammate.
Oh, look out! Here we go.
Man.
Right into the wall, McMurray. Kyle Busch is involved. The 66 and the 99 of Waltrip goes around. Another late hit right there with McMurray, unable to get the car stopped.
You see all these cars trying to get with each other, and you see some contact right there mid-pack. Looked like Boyer was involved in that.
That looked like Kyle Busch getting into Jamie McMurray is what got all of that started. And I think he was just trying to push Jamie, but a little bit too much of a push and maybe at the exact wrong spot on his rear bumper.
James Buescher and Justin Allgaier both slid through unscathed. Here's another look.
See this, they try to go up through the middle.
Looks like there was some contact with Michael Waltrip, too, at the same time.
And it could have been Boyer into the 18 also that made him get into the 1 a little bit harder.
On board, Stephen Wallace. Alan said it from the very beginning of the broadcast. It is always big here in Talladega, and This one
Yeah,
was big.
You can see right there, you
That's
got
the
3
first-
cars pushing each other, and they're just one's driving the other, and there's just no control.
Yeah, and I think Kyle was actually trying to stay off of Jamie a little bit after he saw he got him a little bit squirrely, but then Clint Boyer was on his bumper pushing hard.
All right, we still got a lot of cleanup to do. We're going to go on board with Clint Boyer as the big one occurs with 28 laps to go. Reed Sorensen going out in front. Slower. Oh, and Sam Hornish has spun it. He has gone around. Damage to the back of that car, and he's just lightly into the wall.
You got to think that was from his teammate there, just pushing a little too hard because it knocked that rear bumper loose.
We've seen that countless times today, about 5 or 6.
Stay below the yellow here. Stay below the yellow.
You can see Brad kind of hesitate for a second, like he wasn't sure it was okay to go up there, but he knew that they had to try to hook back up together, and this is what happened.
Now he knows it wasn't okay.
It wasn't okay.
And he
To end the race, and you're right. Here we go.
Get together here, guys.
Carl and Trevor did it pretty quick.
Yeah,
Kyle
the
and
01
Joey.
Yeah, 01 and 87 got reversed in their order here.
A little too much contact between the Gibbs cars.
That's going to hurt them as they drop about 3-4 positions. And here they go even more.
Yeah, and the 2 and 22 are hooked up. As we mentioned, that may happen.
Down the back stretch. Oh, and contact. Michael Annette's into the wall. Brian Scott's into him as the 32 of Reed Sorensen does manage to get around. And we're going to have a green-white checker.
Yeah, that's why you heard Jason Ratcliffe say at least 4.
I think it's going to come down to just maybe too hard of a bump once again.
Yeah, it looked like, Brian Scott definitely got into the back of the net.
Yeah. Little contact on Joey's car, but it looks like he's going to be none the worse for wear.
It's the time of the race that you shove a little bit harder trying to get your partner to the front.
Yeah, we couldn't tell by that replay whether Brian Scott was actually getting some help too.
Yeah.
There's looks like 4 cars together. They could have all been touching, and that's what, that's why that doesn't work. At least a couple of cars are totally out of control there. The front car and the back car.
Again at Talladega.
Now Mike Wallace and Joe Nemechek are not together. Got new partners.
Keselowski right behind Nemechek.
I'm Mike Wallace. I like this. I got the pole sitter pushing me.
On board with Trevor Bayne.
Yeah, they're getting blocked up.
Whoa, got another spin, contact. This time, the 30 of Buescher. All 3 Turner cars. Sorensen in the 32. Leffler, who would have come out of here with the points lead.
2 cars there.
That's a chance you take anytime you pull up to block. We haven't seen a lot of blocking with this type of drafting, but that's exactly what can happen. That's why we haven't seen a lot of it.
Boy, and there's a hard lick right there in the right front corner.
Well, Sam Hornish did a nice job of avoiding that. He's had his share of problems already today, but he missed this one.
It's official. We will finish it on this next lap, no matter what happens. Look out, it's going to get tight.
Well, that got those separated. The 60 and 16 separated.
And that may be all the others needed, because look at how far back they have dropped. Down the back stretch, it is the 18 of Kyle Busch. He has never won here in 7 prior starts. Look out! A spin, Mike Wallace, and he's up and over. Wallace gets back on all 4s. The 38 of Leffler is also involved. The race is going to end under caution. And we'll have to wait for NASCAR to give us the official as to which car was the leader.
Mike Wallace able to drive this car on.
Yeah, baby!
I'm thinking Kyle Busch is going to be the winner of this race.
Here's what you never give. We did.
That was 18's radio, okay? That was Kyle Busch's radio. We are waiting for NASCAR to give us a freeze the field report. And they will figure out exactly what came out, but here's the replay.
See a lot of people with run. You can see Mike Wallace having a big run here, getting a push from Elliott Sadler. That's where it's all going to start, as he tried to make a move.
Boy, Boy, and then he gets
And
airborne.
the caution does not come out right away here. It goes just a little bit longer before it does come out.
Yeah, the 18 was in front at that moment.
Carl Edwards gets spun in that altercation.
Still waiting for official word. Here's another angle.
It's a lot of push and shove. You know, Mike Wallace's car really was out of control the whole race.
And we've just got the official word. Kyle Busch is your winner. So he is now won in all 3 series here at Talladega.